Yeah.
Okay.
It's just P.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um, and then, so for the next two questions, suppose n is 100, p is equal to 0.25, and p hat is 0.10. The requirements for constructing a confidence interval are satisfied. That I'm not so sure about. Let's see.
So you have to do that, and you have to do that formula.
So all we need is p hat, the z-score,
Yeah.
which isn't too hard to get, and the n. So yeah, that's all we need, right?
Mm-hmm.
P is equal to 25. Yes.
You don't even have to have the z-score. You just have to have an n and p hat.
Were these one of the ones you missed, Ricky?
No, I'll tell you when I get to one I missed.
Okay.
I'm trying to open up the quiz right now, though, so keep going.
The requirements for conducting a hypothesis test are satisfied. Let's see. Don't we need the margin of error for getting the hypothesis test? Or no?
No, you just have to. The hypothesis test. Are you on 4 or
Oh,
5?
we do have P, so we could easily get that margin of error anyways. So I'd
Yeah.
say yes.
Are
Okay.
you on 4 or 5?
5, sorry.
Wait, so
Yeah, they're both true.
they're both
Okay.
true.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because we have both P's, the regular P and P hat.
Okay, yeah, that's what I had put. So
By the way, sorry for my voice. I've been sick the last couple days. It's like
mm,
the first time since my first month on the mission.
no worries.
Um, a study of first-degree murder trials was conducted in another state. A random sample of 60 people on trial for the first-degree murder was taken. Oh, somebody's getting a call.
It's me.
Um, of these 45, of these, 45 of the defendants were found guilty. Find P hat the point estimate of the proportion of the first-degree murder defendants who were found guilty in the state. Um, so P hat, isn't that just 45 divided by 60?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's 3/4, so 0.75.
Yep. This
Okay.
next one's the one I missed.
Oh,
7.
that stinks. So create a 95% confidence interval for the true proportion of the first-degree murder trials in the state. Guilty, blah, blah, blah. Input your answers for the margin of error, lower bound and upper bound.
Did you
Determine
guys download that Excel sheet, the quantitative whatever?
Yeah, I did it in
not
the
yet.
Excel sheet. And I
Yeah,
think why I missed it is because I
or
think
it's
I
it's the
forgot.
categorical data analysis. Sorry.
Yeah. I think I forgot to divide it by 2 is what I think I forgot. But I don't
Wait,
know.
what are you guys talking about? The Excel sheet?
You need to
There's a
download the categorical data analysis from statistics.byui or whatever.
Yeah.
And we need
It
this for
makes
this
it super
problem?
easy. Well, it just makes it super easy because then you don't have to do the math. You just have to put in X and N.
Oh, gotcha. Ali, do you have that up then?
Yeah, I do.
All right, can you go ahead and take a look at that for us?
Yeah, but you need to download it also because we're gonna have to use it throughout this whole thing. So you should go and
Oh, great. Let's see what I can do here.
okay. I'll look. Do you have this sheet pulled up too, Ricky?
Yeah, I
That's the
have it pulled up.
categorical data analysis.
Yeah. And you're in the
Is it
first one
the?
with one proportion.
It's the first one, not the SPSS.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the confidence is 95. What's the 60 people are on trial? So is that P or P hat?
That's P hat.
What's the sample size?
The sample
Well,
size is the 60 people, isn't it?
yeah, X is at the top of that thing. X is 45 and N is 60.
Okay, so 45
And then the confidence level is
0.95.
0.95.
And so then what would the null hypothesis be?
So the null hypothesis we don't know yet for this question. I don't think we know it yet because it's just asking us to create a 95% confidence interval. So I have it. I got 8 and 9 right, and so I know that the lower bound is 0.640 and the upper bound is 0.860. And then the margin of error is when we divide the upper bound. No, we subtract the upper bound
Minus the lower bound.
minus the lower bound and divide it by 2. And I didn't divide it. I thought, isn't that how we do it? And we divide it by 2? Okay, because I didn't divide it by 2.
Divide it by 2.
Well, I didn't divide it by 2, and I wrote that it was 0.220, and I got it wrong.
So
I don't know if that's right or not.
So is the lower bound 0.640?
Uh-huh.
So if we just subtract 8, so if we subtract 0.860 minus 0.640, you get 0.22.
Right, and that's what I got it wrong.
We could also do 0.86 plus 0.64 and then divide that by 2, and that should be the margin of error.
No, but you don't add.
You subtract.
Oh, I guess. I was thinking it was negative. Never mind. Weird. So you did exactly that and you got it wrong?
Yeah, but I didn't divide it by 2. So when I went back and looked at it, I made a note. I needed to divide it by 2, and I was thinking that was what I was supposed to do, but I didn't.
Divided it by 2, it's 0.11.
Right.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put that in. 0.11.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then the lower bound is 0.640.
Yeah.
The upper bound is 0.86.
640. Yep.
Okay, and you got those ones right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now I can see what you guys are looking at. So, I'm sorry, but my question is this. The type of test we're looking at greater than or not equal
to? Well, they haven't really said yet, have they?
No, they haven't, which is why I'm
confused. They haven't said yet. They just wanted us to do a margin of error.
I guess it really only affects the p-value, so it doesn't really affect the confidence interval.
Right.
Okay. So if you increase the sample size from 68 to 80, what do you expect to happen with the width of the confidence interval? It'll decrease.
Right.
But I guess we could do a little science experiment and see what it does.
Yeah, that's what I totally did. Just was like, well, what happens if I do it? And then I was like, oh, good.
Yeah. Wait. What the heck? Did it lessen? Because it went from 0.454
on 10.
Weird. I mean, it should lessen, but it didn't.
It does decrease. I know that's the answer, but
yeah. All right. Question 11.
Mm-hmm.
To conduct a hypothesis test for one proportion, 2 requirements must be met. Suppose p is equal to 1/2. What is the smallest n can be, and both requirements still be met? Let's see here. So if p is equal to 0.5, what is the smallest that n can be? Well, do we already know what x is? We don't, do we?
No, on this one you have to do that formula that's NP is greater than or less than 10, and N1 minus P is greater than and less than 10. So I just did 0.50 and then divided it by 10 on both sides. And I got 20, and that was correct, but I think that's the way you do it.
Okay. No, that makes sense. If there's a formula, it wouldn't make sense to use Excel just because we don't know what x is.
Right.
So
and you said the formula was
11?
Yeah, 11.
What was
11's
it?
20.
20.
20.
What was the formula again?
It's NP. Okay, so there's 2 things that have to be met. It's NP is greater than or less than 10. And n parentheses 1 minus p parentheses is greater than less than 10. So we don't know what n is, so we have to solve for n.
Right. Okay. To conduct a hypothesis test, for one proportion, two requirements must be met. Suppose P is equal to 1/10. What is the smallest n can be in both requirements still be met?
So that's what I'm excited to see you do this one, Niall, because this is the one I got wrong. And I'm like, what? I don't know what I did wrong. So it must just be my calculations because it's the same problems, the same formula.
You said you divided by 10, right?
Right.
So my guess is that it'd be 1. It'd either be 1 or 100.
It won't be 10.
I
I don't know. So what do? You just do 0.10 divided by 100?
0 divided by 10. 0.10 divided by 10.
Oh, yeah, divided by 10.
Is that 100?
No, it's 0.01.
And is this the one you got wrong, Ricky?
This is the one I got wrong, and I can't figure out what I did wrong.
I'm trying to remember the tutoring.
Just a requirement. So
but if you take, yeah, anyway.
NP hat is equal to or greater than 10. Is that the actual formula?
Yeah, it's
It
N.
It has to be greater than 10, right?
Yeah, it's NP is greater than, this is NP hat, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, maybe does that make a difference?
Well,
not really, just the
I don't think
way
so.
I wrote it, right?
So wouldn't it be 10 divided by 0.1 or 0.0? Yeah, 0.1. So that'd make it 100, right?
So, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, okay, that would make sense. 10 divided by 0.1 would be 100.
Yeah.
Okay,
but then you have to do the other one, which is, I don't know. Then you have to do, what's the other one?
What do you mean the other one?
Oh, one, okay. So the other it has to be both formulas. So the other formula is N1 minus P hat is greater or less than 10.
Yeah.
There is that one too, I guess. So with that one, it'd be 1 minus whatever the P is, so it'd be 0.9. So it'd be 10 divided by 0.9.
Which is 10 divided by...
Which is 11.1.
11.111.
Yeah, and so then that's what I said. I said, it has to be 12. But that was wrong. But it has to be 100, right?
No.
So it's not 11.1?
No, it's not 11.1. I mean, I put 12. I rounded up to 12 because in that video she put out, she said you can't have one part of a person or one part of a sample.
Well, then we.
So I rounded Oh, you think you round down?
So my guess is it's either 100 or it's 11.
I bet it's 11.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's probably 11. Okay, I'll try that.
Because it is greater than 10.
I didn't even think about rounding down.
For the water quality study in the reading, about 60% of the macroinvertebrate water quality indicators, blah, 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 associated with good health. The researchers suspect that the water quality in the area has decreased. So the sigma is 0.05, meaning it's a 0.95 confidence interval, which means Z would be 1.69.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So P is...
Go back. What was 13?
We're working on it right now.
We're reading the...
So P is equal to 0.6, and then alternative is P is greater than 6. N is equal to 80, X is 38.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's 38 divided by 80.
Yeah, I just put it into the little thing over here.
So that's P hat. The conditions for conducting a hypothesis test are satisfied. I would say yes.
Mm-hmm.
What is P hat? What's 38 divided by 80? It's almost 0.5, but it's more like
It's
0.485.
0.47. It's 0.475.
Okay, that makes sense. 475. Find the test statistic. That's the z-score, is it? Or which one is that?
Okay, wait. You got to go. What was 13? True.
Yes,
And
13 is true.
14 was what?
0.475. It's 38 divided by 40 or
Sorry,
80.
I just have horrible internet, so it cuts out like every other word.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Also, my voice is sick, so it's probably not
No, you're
helping.
fine. I just want to make sure you guys aren't paying attention.
Yeah. What's the test statistic? Test statistic.
So the statistic is the z-score.
Okay, so wouldn't that be
Right.
1.69 or whatever the
Okay, so I
z-score
just
is?
okay, so we're doing a confidence level is 0.95, right?
Well,
I'm putting
confidence
it
level
into
is
the
0.05, so that means that our confidence, whatever that is, yeah, you're right, 0.95.
I'm just putting it into the thing. So X is 38, N is 80, confidence
Mm-hmm.
level is 0.95. What's the null hypothesis?
The p-value should
The
be
null
there
hypothesis is
already.
0.6.
0.6?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I did wrong. I don't think I changed that. That would make so much sense. Okay, and then are we doing, I got to read it again. Are we doing not equal to or less than or greater than?
We're trying to see if
Equal to.
we're trying to see if P is greater
Less.
than? No, less than.
Yeah.
You're trying
Yeah,
to see
if the
if it
water has
decreased.
decreased, so it's less than.
Yep.
Okay, so then I got a z-score of negative 2.282. Is that what you guys got?
Let me see. Yes.
Okay, then that's what I did wrong. I just forgot to change the null hypothesis, which would completely screw up your question.
What is the p-value for the test? 0.011. Okay. Everybody get that? 16 is 0.011.
Oh, sorry, what was 15?
So 15 is negative 2.282.
Okay, that's what my Excel sheet says. And 16
Yeah.
what?
Is
0.011.
0, yes, yeah.
0.01?
0.011.
0.11. Okay.
Yep. What is the decision for the test? Reject the null hypothesis.
Yep. And the following.
There is sufficient evidence to conclude that the water quality in the area has decreased.
All right, let's submit it.
Okay. Let me know if it's actually 11 or 100.
So I missed 2.
Okay.
Really? What one did you miss?
12 is not 11.
So it
And
must be 100.
It must be.
Where's the other one I missed? And 18 is not. There is sufficient evidence.
What? No.
That doesn't make sense because we rejected the null.
Yeah.
Allie, did you do the last one?
I did, and that was wrong.
What the heck?
That doesn't make any sense. Let me look back at what it says.
I'm positive 18 is right. We should probably let her know that the test is messed up. Because none of the other ones make any sense.
Yeah, because you got 17 right, correct? I mean, 17
Yeah.
is reject the null.
Well, we're going to have to email her about this then.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm submitting it and see what I've got. I already, this is my second time, but I'll see what it says.
Well, I